All right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel. It's time to remedy something that is just weird, but I have never reviewed a Kershaw leak on the channel. But this is the Knives Fast channel, and we're about to remedy that. So like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Check me out on Instagram at Knives Fast. And here we go. This is the Kershaw leak, the 1660 mint. And this is in MagnaCut, and it's made in the USA. It is assisted opening. And these were selling for $100 for a little while, and now they're $119. Still a pretty good price for MagnaCut. Yeah, I mean, very much so. All right, so let's get into this guy. This was sent to me by Kershaw. Now, the first thing you will notice with a leak is, well, the first thing you notice is the clip. It is a very large clip. We will talk more about that in a minute. The second thing you notice is that this knife is very thin. This is a kin onion design. It's designed to be carried in a very slim way. Now, the only problem with that is you've got this very long, almost out of control clip here. And it's very far down and it's not loop over. So, guys, when you carry this, you've got that much sticking out of your pocket. Now, it is a very thin knife, so it's not a huge deal. It is not reversible, but you can make that, what's the word, Casey? Tip down carry. And if you make it tip down carry, you're still going to have quite a bit sticking out, probably about that much. But yeah, you can make it tip down, but I decided to make it tip up because that's how I carry knives. And by the way, guys, this is assisted opening and it's very snappy, but it does have what I call a tip lock. And by that, I mean, there's a pin here that comes in front of the tip and goes out of the way of the tip. You see me actuating it there, and that's how you block the knife from opening. So you can block it, and now that knife is not going to open, or you can unblock it. Whoops. Maybe I can unblock it. There we go. And now the knife is going to open, okay? Now, this is the mint chocolate chip version. So what we've got here is some chocolate and some mint with chips in it. And then when you open the blade, again, like I just did, you got this chocolate color on the blade. So that is cool. Really cool coating. Again, this is made in the USA. Kin onion design. And that's one thing I wish there was a little less billboarding on this guy, but it is MagnaCut. You do have thumb studs, and it looks like the thumb studs also act as the blade stop or the stop pin there. That's fine with me. Nice flat scales. They are chamfered all the way around. Lots of hardware here. You have 4 screws in there. You do have a back spacer. So you have a screw right there. Wait a minute. So what is... No, that's a lanyard hole, Casey. Duh. All right. Sorry. On camera, it looked like a screw because of it being so dark. But that's your lanyard hole. And then you have 1, 2, 3 screws there into the little back spacer, and then obviously the pivot screw. Very simple black hardware. Nice thin knife. Now this has a very ergonomic friendly grip to it. I love the way this knife feels in the hand. You do get kind of up against this choil / guard situation, but it works really well. No real jimping on the spine, but it feels good. Now, this guy is extremely thin, and we're just going to check right off the bat. So what I'm going to show you right now, look how thin that stock is, and look how thin that tip is. It is an extremely thin tip. As a matter of fact, this guy will definitely puncture. And how do we slice? Very, very nicely, because this is a very thin blade. Very cool. So now kind of got goo all over the blade, but that's okay. You guys will be all right with that. Again, I wish the clip was quite smaller, but how does that clip feel in the hand? Pretty dang good. He's got this right where your hand sort of lands, so that feels good. So it's a well thought out clip, and it really doesn't feel like a hot spot. The only place is I do kind of get on that right there, but it's not a hot spot. I just wish it was a smaller clip, but who knows? Maybe because the knife is so thin, this was the best design they could come up with to keep from that hot spot. So very nice. We are dead centered, and when we're locked up, no side to side or top to bottom blade play or lock rock. Very nice. You see we got good jimping on your flipper, and it's sort of, you can do a push button or you can sort of pull back on it like that. Either one you would prefer. And you see I'm doing this one-handed. So my big problem with assisted open knives is, first of all, I don't really need it. If you got good bearings, I don't really need an assisted open. And sometimes they're hard to close one-handed. This one is absolutely perfect. This is great. Well done, Kershaw, on that. All right, let's put this here and do our comparisons. It's going to be about the same length as the Ontario Rat 1, and it's going to be a little bit smaller, a lot smaller, than the Rat 2. So those are your comparisons for sure. Again, it is an exclusive, so this is only available at Kershaw. I think it's KershawKnives.com or Kershaw, I don't know. Look up Kershaw Knives on Google and you'll find it. And if you go to their website, you will find this guy. It is obviously a flipper. It is obviously assisted. 3-inch blade, CPM MagnaCut, 62 to 64, made in the USA. So that's the hardness, guys. Very well done for MagnaCut. I'm glad with that. Brown Cerakote, 0.09 on the blade thickness, which is just ludicrous. Close length, 4 inches overall. 410 stainless steel handle. You got a Cerakoted handle with that mint chocolate chip. 7 inches overall and 3.1 ounces, guys. So very light, very, very nice. My only other thing to be aware of, and I think this is intended to be an EDC knife, just be careful with that tip. It is very thin, so don't pry with it. Don't go into any really heavy material with it, because when you get out here at the tip, there's a little bit of flex, but again, should not be a problem if you're using the knife for the correct thing it was intended to be used for. So again, this is a great little knife. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the giant clip. I just wish it was smaller because we got this cool scales, and I think it would look so much better with a smaller loop over clip. That's really my only kind of complaint on the knife. Otherwise, I really dig this guy, and I like the motif. The mint chocolate chip is fun, and I hope they do more of that kind of stuff. So, guys, what do you think of the Leek? Do you have a Leek? Have you had a Leek? Do you carry a Leek? Have you carried a Leek before? Would love to hear from you and get your thoughts on how that worked out. And I really enjoy it. And you know what? I run across people all the time that a Leek is their primary carry. So it's funny that I just now got around to reviewing one. So thank you, Kershaw, for sending it out. Guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I thank you so much for your support and for watching the Knives Fast channel.